Hello and welcome to the 10th experiment of the C++ lab, virtual functions. So I'll be demonstrating the experiments in this exercise. The first experiment is we need to write a program that reads a group of numbers from the user, places them in an array and prints their average. So basically, let's jump into the program. We ask the user to enter the number of numbers. We create a float pointer to an array and we create the array of size n. We run a for loop from 0 to less than n and we add using this pointer with index, and we initialize double to 0 and again run a for loop, calculate average, and finally divided by n to get the result. Let's see how this works. Let's say we give 3 numbers. As you can see, our average has been printed. Let's move on to the next exercise. Now in this exercise I need to create 3 local arrays, all of the same size and type float. The first 2 are already initialized to values. I need to write a function called add arrays that accepts the addresses of these 3 arrays arguments as their contents and stores it in a third one, and finally I need to print the result. So let's have a look at this one. So here you can see I've created a function add arrays with pointers as arguments and the size n, and I'm just creating a pointer, a variable of sum pointing to c, and using for loop I calculate the sum using the pointer, and I finally return the sum to this function here where I'm creating the 3 arrays. I'm creating a pointer to each array and finally z, which stores the result as pointing to c. Now I accept the elements of the first array, the second array, and finally I call the function and I store the result in z itself, and I can finally print using the variable c, which is the pointer here. So let us check how this executes. So let's say array size is 4. As you can see, this is our result. Is the addition of the 2 arrays prints a resultant third array. Let's move on to our next and final exercise. Now in this I need to implement virtual functions. So our question is I need to create a base class shape. I need to use this class to store 2 double type, which is basically the dimensions. 2 specific classes called triangle and rectangle will be created derived from base class shape. Finally, you need to create mem function get data to initialize the data, and a function display area which will compute the area and display it. And I need to make display area as a virtual function. So let's jump into the program and have a look at it, where I've created a class shape and I've created protected type 2 data members a and b, which will store the dimensions, void get data which accepts them, and finally we move on to the next class, which is a triangle, which derives from shape. I'm creating a void get data function. I'm overriding the function here, and using the shape and scope resolution operator I'm calling the get data of shape, and in display area I'm calculating the area, storing it in result and printing it. Similarly in rectangle, I'm deriving it from shape. I'm creating a void get data which overrides the function in shape, and using the name of the class and scope resolution operator I call get data. Finally I calculate the area of the rectangle and display it. And the main method I create a pointer object. I create a character d, which is basically the choice for the user if he wants to continue or no. Here I provide the user with another choice. Based if he selects 1, it will be the area of the triangle, 2 will be rectangle. So here, as you can see, we are using a member access operator where s is storing new triangle object, and using that s we are calling the get data and display functions. Similarly for rectangle, and finally we give a default condition and we ask the user if he wants to continue, and based on that we close the main method. So let's see how this executes. So let's say we enter triangle first. Dimensions will be 12 and 3. It should give us 18. Let's say we want to continue, press Y. enter 2 rectangle, let's say 4 and 5, 20. So if you press N, it brings us outside the program. So experiment 10 is complete, virtual functions, and the output is verified. Thank you.